get cooked as hard by a possible Poppy pickup. It's going to be the Rel here for Keria. It's a no-brainer. I mean, both of these drafts are fine. If you could nameplates off, pick one, I'd definitely want to beat DN Freaks. You have
100%.
a crazy strong top side. You have a Senna, which these type of skirmish comps, I think it really bolsters them because you can go for these longer fights without too much risk.
Bit of disengage there and protection, but here we go. Game number 1 is loaded up. Let's hop onto the Rift.
Even if you end up playing carries, outside of like actual carries, like we see with the Kindred last game, for example, even if you're playing something like Zinzo, you have a lot of agency as to when you go in, when you start fights, like crab fight.
That's what I did. Dudu nearly dying here. The exhaust is almost there. Doran probably wishing he had flash.
Oh, right, it'll be too late.
What about right now? You just drinking water?
Just water.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just a water drinker. Nothing too crazy.
Yep. Water Walter with us today. DNF is just going to flash away from that one. Life just says, no, I would rather not fight. Whereas T1 are very much wanting to fight. Double stun comes through. Now Berserker's going to flash away. Life in a really rough spot, but it is a Nautilus as Bulldog comes over. The Nagamana Keria is big. The bullet time, though, in a Pyoshik is bigger. And eventually he will go down as Faker picks up that kill in the 2-for-1 trade. T1 definitely going to enjoy that right before the grubs do small.
Doran, I think has his ult still primed, yeah.
Yeah, waiting for it. This time, okay, that one was very off, but very close to getting the kill once again. Feels like Doran is getting very close, but not quite there.
Dudu can also still equalize if he was already in trouble, so wasn't too scared off. That lack of confidence is something I think we see right there. So the first disengage is right because Faker has his ult, right? So like Bulldog can never join the play in time.
Okay, full dodge here. As Bulldog gets away from the Skarner, who does not have Impale. Used it in the last fight.
Not walking through the trap. He is fine.
Yeah. He's Sejuani.
Impale's ready. They can just go for Dudu.
Yeah, I mean, this is a 3v2. Stun comes in, there's the Impale, and you see Pyoshik is going to help him out. Dudu able to flash away. And so he stays alive underneath this turret. Impale and the Magnet Storm down now.
Still a big window, getting a flash there. Maybe a punish on Doran here. Does get slowed.
He is the Gwen, so yeah.
It's the enemy of success, Valdez.
It's why slumps happen. You know? We do have Doran finding Dudu, who now he's got his equalizer, but he's kind of just on the run here with this phase rush. The exhaust not able to do all too much. He's going to hit the needles this time as he dashes forward. One more auto would do it, but Dudu even able to burn a bit as Doran gets very close to dying. And so he's really just loving his position now. If it does go too late, though, the Senna is going to be an issue, as the Impale will come down after the smite due to no flash here, just trying to walk this one off. But Pyoshik in good position this time. In comes Faker, though, and he cleans up the battle, as Pyoshik now alone against 4 people, but the TP is coming in. As now Bulldog, looking for the angle, is going to ult, but it just gets flashed away from him. He's flashing in, he wants the kill, and he's just gonna die. Life goes in, and he gets locked into the wall as well. Faker's on a streak already. A killing spree of 3, and the engage there from DNF does not pay off. You know, like it feels like we can say, oh, they're being too passive, but then when they go in, it's not looking good because the execution isn't good. As Guma just gonna get caught, just straight up caught here in the bush. Can they actually kill him? Yes, they can. As now Faker's making his way over. That was a very interesting ult from the Sejuani. Berserker just hitting 2 walls, and the Impale on the right side of the fight is huge. Bulldog does get over there, does get a kill onto the support, but Life is definitely dead, as is Pyoshik. Not the cleanest fight, but Guma does bait them into a really rough spot, as now Bulldog, he is getting run down here by the mid and jungle duo. Owner gonna lock him into the wall, and that is gonna be the end of him, as Faker 4-0-5 all right. Yep. Dudu is dead underneath the turret. They're even gonna use the Impale here. Doran underneath the turret will be fine. So 2v1, and with no Baron especially, and no Otacon spawned, of course Owner can just be there. You're like, yeah, this is the way it should be, right? My team's taking them very seriously.
No flash.
I say that, and immediately Faker's going to get caught here. Even the Senna ultimate over the top, but Owner is here. The Guardian of Faker, gonna keep him alive as he flashes in and helps him out. Nice little setup from Life to try to make that possible. This time the hook is going to miss. and they're just waiting for Guma to join. And once that happens, T1 might consider taking a fight. But for now, just backing them off of this objective.
A lot of ultimates gone for DNF. Could just go Otacon here. I like the call. I actually think this is a good one. Only thing you have to be very careful of is due to his equalizers. Faker, TP in the mid, but probably going to get the shove in and then uses wall to get over here.
He's just going for the turret. They're just pulling this out. They're not even doing the objective. Nobody's here. And so Faker maybe just gets a free turret. 1,000 gold.
Yeah, T1 could do Otacon. I think we've reached that point where they're fed enough. I respect that they don't.
Fight over the blue. A bunch of damage goes into Pyosik. Impale hits only life, but it seems like they have the damage so much used just to kill the Nautilus. But T1 is that far ahead that they can expend all of their abilities just to take out one guy, and then they can do the Otacon.
And Yone very soon. Faker's going to look for a wall off.
Yeah, I think the wall just stops him. Although it is Sejuani, so they have to be careful about Pyosik, and the wall is not going to wall him off, but Faker himself will get the job done. Bulldog does go in, the engage comes out, but look at that ult from the Yone. Bulldog keeps all of them away from the Rel engage. As Keria, maybe just a little bit of zoning as well, just making sure everybody gets out alive. Either way, the follow-up wasn't there, and the Otacon does go to T1.
They did.
Well, we got a little fight here as this time it's going to be Faker who's caught. Not sure how he got himself into that predicament. But that's a big shutdown now. Didn't see who the kill went over to, but either way, it's a lot of gold going over to DNF. And this was pretty much an unlosable game.
Bounty.
Yeah, it's another bounty. It's going to delay the Dragon Soul. I mean, we only had 2 dragons up to this point, which is pretty low. But either way, it's still a nice little win here for DNF. Never say never.
So as I said earlier, clearly the game is not over. He knows, right? Right?
Yes. Well, he's still going to get flashed on. And here comes Bulldog. Uh-oh, that was a very interesting combo. Either way, Faker trying to flash away from this one. Impale is big with Keria coming in over the top. The bullet time is huge. As T1, they gather up. They use all their ultimates together, and their wombo combo is the better one. The equalizer is good, but they don't really have the damage. Bulldog goes back in as he says, well, I'm probably not getting out of this one, or at least that's what I hope he said. And now Dudu being chased down pretty fast and actually decently tanky. T1 still going to win the fight and take out the jungler, so now they get a free Baron in the top lane. And the timing of this is very good. They're going to crash at the exact same time, and the wall is going to come down here. So now, Seismic Shove is going to miss, but you've got all sorts of other engage, although that mostly hits a Sejuani. As now, TP coming in, Keria having to flash away. Knocked into the wall is Doran, but the Impale is going to get Bulldog. And the wallets, I think, are just a bit too heavy. Doran able to just run at them. As Pyosik, one by one, the dominoes do fall. Pyosik being the last one. And that's a triple kill here for Doran. And a final kill does go to Guma. And that will be the game that we thought was over a while ago. Had some bumps, some bruises, but T1 will win in the end.
That's domestic Doran, baby. Coming in hot on the Gwen.
Maybe they're watching that clip right now. He's got like that sheepish grin on. He knows it didn't matter at the end of the day.
Yeah, it didn't. And for DNF, what can we say that hasn't already been said? The team is just not working well together. Those crucial moments, they are the symptom, right? They're not the cause. There is just, the team is not meshing well. And until that changes, I don't think the results are going to.
Yeah.
I also like Nami into this comp.
I don't like Nami with Lucian anymore.
Well, no, it's not as good as it used to be, but into the enemy team comp, I think Nami is still great. Bard,
Shaco I like a lot more.
Please, Keria, do it for the... No, Keria, I mean, it's Bard, it's fun. It's fine. It's fine.
It's
the
fine.
Engage is so bad, though. And like,
they have Nocturne Orianna.
No.
That's it.
T1's engages. I mean, the
I
engages.
see. Yeah. No, they have engaged Braum here from the side of T1. I think they can make it work as we are ready to hop on the Rift for game number 2 right now.
Best finals we'd had in a long time, and then we had
crazy
the summer finals, which was even better, which is kind of insane to think about. You know, like I think a month ago.
Does he just die? He's gonna flash, and now Doran is going to hop away and heal himself.
That too is Doran.
He's going to be happy that Pyosik isn't here yet.
Dead.
Yeah, he's just dead. He flashes, and Pyosik is there. It's first blood. And Pyosik on the Trundle getting first blood feels pretty good. You get your Trundle.
You got the Q.
I mean, they
And
know
you get
Trundle's
Pillar.
up there, so.
So we have things like Veigar and Nivea, which I think are really good, but they are a lot more
Like
dependent
Syndra.
on... Syndra isn't real.
Nice angle there. I think Bulldog is totally fine. A couple more autos could do it, but I think he doesn't have the angle, as Carria's just going to give us the Bard emote and say, I was just here to help Faker, that's why I flashed. But, yeah. The second that Ezreal Braum came in, it just felt like there wasn't going to be a lot of angles to do much, although a bit of damage goes into life. You see that Guma is going to get healed up and push forward quite a little bit, but Berserker and Life just kite back. Ezreal Braum, very good at cutting back, as you can imagine. They both can hop back. Boom. All right, we're going in. No flash here for Bulldog. The timing is good, and there you go. There's the execution. That's the engage. That T1 will pull off many a time. And they pick up a kill here for Carria.
It's time for Battle Bar.
Uh-oh, Faker also no flash, and they're just going in onto this one. Nice ult here from Carria is going to get him away. As Trundle and Braum, not the most chase potential, but they will try. Especially in the short lane of mid, it's not really going to feel very good. And so Faker does get away.
I like it, Dudu. Don't interact with that lane. Don't give him the satisfaction where you didn't get the full wave.
Yeah, also there's a TP coming in, as they're trying to punish the Scion. He doesn't have ult. He does have flash. Will he use it is the question. Gonna try to flash the wall, and the disengage cone is not gonna work. In goes Doran, just follows him on the disengage and picks up the kill. So this time Dudu flew a little bit too close to the sun.
And you could all hear Brendan Valdez chuckle with rapturous glee.
Yeah.
As the disengage cone didn't do its job.
Well, the pillar is going to do its job. Knocks him into the sun. Faker 100% dead, just going for the minions. And eventually, Bulldog will kill him. Bit of damage comes in down on the bottom side. Still a very close game at this point.
DNF it?
Battle Bard. I mean, let's see how these fights go. Owner's just going to go in onto the victor once again. We don't see the shockwave coming out until a little bit later, and finally it goes off. But now Guma's here, and the calling is doing quite a lot, and this Bard ultimate is going to catch them. Can they follow up with some damage? Double flash comes out from those guys. The sun comes in from Carria, and Life is finally going to be taken out. I feel like any opportunity you get, wherever Faker is, Owner should just go there and look to ult. As here we go once again, going to go in onto Braum, as Life just accepts
Ghosting.
He is.
He's running.
He's very fast, you know. It's going to delay a little bit of time. It's not going to matter all too much as Carrie just ults himself. Does he get away here from the Trundle? Looks like maybe no, as even the shield not going to help. Pioshik with the subjugation is still in a 1v2, but here's Berserker trying to make things interesting. Gonna flash. Nearly had the angle there on Guma with the double. That was very cute. As now Bulldog makes his way over and T1 will respect. I say that, Faker's still fighting this one. He's going to eat a Chaos Storm. Doesn't want to flash. He will be just fine.
Man, if only they had someone who did damage, that would have been good. Unfortunately, they don't. Well, actually, that's not true.
Not a damage AP carrier.
Well, no, they have a damage dealer. It's just Pioshik. Everyone is waiting on everyone.
All right, we're doing the combo.
Taking the bait.
Is it happening? It's not really happening. The shockwave is only going to hit the Trundle, and now Owner in a really rough spot here. Carria not able to help him either, and it's more money to the Trundle. Fed Trundle 3-0. Pioshik carry angle.
Trundle's favorite thing to do.
And you saw how little damage the shockwave does to the Trundle at this point in the game. Everybody else is AD.
Yeah, Faker also went Roa.
Yeah. And this isn't going to get any better. I mean, this is the way this matchup goes. So.
Also, Doran can TP, but he is AD in Italy. Do you really want to do that?
No.
I'm not so sure.
Are they going to go in? No. Well, kind of. Carria goes in, and I don't really know why. Berserker going to get a free kill.
I didn't actually see, but I'm telling you right now, I think he tried to smite it away because he's Bard and he has spell.
Okay, there you go.
But also, it's a Bard death, right? Like, I don't think really...
It's still money in the bank for Berserker.
Yeah, that's valid.
And now they're sieging turrets. And the combo is going to come in here. This time it does connect, but just going to go golden is the Trundle, as now that front line is being torn apart. Pioshik goes down, and Owner gets away with this flash. So the siege doesn't quite work out this time for DNF. AD in Italy.
Oh, it's horrible. It's so sad.
This has been his experience of the game.
I do think, instead of Unending Despair, just go warm-ups. I'm not even memeing.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea. Now we do have the Trundle here, so Doran just going to hop over the wall, and the pillar does come down. And if this stun hits, maybe, but now Owner is coming in, and now the follow-up with the Scion ults, and they do get the punish. And nothing on the top side for T1 to take except that Otacon, but they're not in position to do so.
I want to believe. I'm
a believer.
I'm not believing until it happens.
I'm locked in.
I want to believe, but I'm glad you are.
We have one committed member here on the desk.
There is so Spirit Visage, I'm not the biggest fan of here.
Right.
Like, I know it's good on Trundle because of your the amount of healing you do, but and it's okay with Sun to Sky, but you are playing into harder.
Yeah.
That's going to be the second Hextech Drake going over to DNF. I'm slowly starting to come around, Veldes.
Yeah, you're beginning to believe. Here we go again. They are going to find the one guy that they are looking for, that is Bulldog, and he gets feared right at the very end. As Carrier going on into this one, he has a blast cone, and Kuma's gonna send him in. It doesn't quite matter though, as Berserker, the last auto from Faker, gets him down. And, well, maybe a Baron angle here for T1 after a couple of kills.
No longer believing. Carrier's just styling on them. And some of these bar plays didn't end up working out, but that one gets them a Baron. We'll see if Pioshi can make his way over. Dudu, yeah, he doesn't have... He has his ult, but he's obviously not going to make his way over as Pioshi is really fast.
He's taking on the world!
And he does have Sundered Sky. Wait to give me the... Oh my god, that was... He could have gone in.
Yeah,
he could have actually stolen it. Like that. Carrier! Really.
He's having a lot of fun today.
Maybe one of the most iconic bar performances. Follows up with the ult. See if he talks about it.
Yes.
A lot. Understand immediate ward as well to ensure that they have vision in case he flashes over them.
Might even be able to kill Doran here. Let's see. I mean, they got 3 people coming down. Doran is still trading.
I guess they lose Otacon.
I feel like he might have even lost 1v1. But now with 3 of them down here, it's just going to be the end of him. Dudu picks up that kill. And the Otacon eventually will go over to T1.
Okay, but this is one of those games where they can actually contest Otacon. Like they're not behind. They're not behind. It's 1K.
So we're committed to believing in them, but maybe DNF isn't. Control also going to T1. And the last couple of Drakes, DNF to get. Carrier with the engage here. They're just going right to that back line as the flash away, but the follow-up from Owner, but he's not going to get the kill. Finally, Guma gets in there, but now it's Guma way behind the play, and nobody's able to help him. Zoned away by the Chaos Storm as Dudu going to cut that ult short, just trying to keep Bulldog protected. We'll see if he can do that. As Vic Stun is going to come down. Look at Pioshik just going to town. Up on the top side, gets the kill on a Faker. But Bulldog is getting supremely low and finally gets taken out here by Doran. Who will also be taken down, though. Guma.
He hit the Q.
The only one that can do damage at this point in time. Dudu on the chase. It's going to be a kill. A shutdown for Dudu. And DNF are very much in this game as they look at their 3rd Hextech Drake.
Does have a 1.2k gold lead. All
right, they're going to go in on the Berserker, and there's the combo once again as he flashes the wall and he lives. Just barely.
Not even close, baby. That's why you pick Ezreal right there. Is she gapping Owner? I've not seen it in a long time, Veldes.
Yeah. This is totally on vision. Do they care? Life has smite, Carrier has smite. TPs are coming in. Our top laners have joined. And Owner does not have flash.
3 seconds on the ult.
3 seconds on the ult. And the Bard is going to keep it alive. It's just a total flip with smites all over the place. It goes to T1, but Owner immediately dies, and so will Carrier, as Dudu is chasing Guma. And eventually, Dudu cannot deal Guma cannot deal damage to Dudu. It can't happen. And he can't even dash over the wall. Dudu just solo kills him. And yeah, T1 got the Baron, but DNF are sitting pretty.
And then
we're just diving. We're just diving Faker. He's just here. He's just dead. Already flashed. Didn't matter. He just dies. And T1 have Baron with 2 people on. 2 people had the Baron.
Say. Yeah.
And now it's only Doran.
isn't real, as we have
Stayed in Italy. I mean, that gap is closing faster and faster. Okay, they're going in on the Scion.
Choo-choo! Too powerful. A single laser, a single Q is going to ruin you.
They gave up the first 2 Drakes. The third one, DNF took from them. And now they're trying to engage onto Bulldog. Carry ult's going to do a little bit. Gets Bulldog into a rough spot, but immediately Life runs over and just gets his shield up.
He doesn't even flash.
And now their engage is done. Dudu is totally fine. Still Scion. And this Dragon is up. I think can just try to go for it. No smite available here as Guma's going in. He's got a very nice angle, though, on a Bulldog. They do turn on to Doran, who tries to engage his 80 Nidalee. Not sure about that one. And now he is going to go down. That's first pick going the way of DNF. Life gets low. And then a huge shockwave comes in, but it doesn't deal damage. From the side of Faker, double stun comes in. Guma is desperate to carry this game, but he will not be able to. He does his very best. But it's just Hextech Soul potentially here for DNF unless Owner has something to say about it.
Because of Guma's heroics to actually making this work.
T1 are desperate to try to stop this.
They can't give this, they know. Owner has his ult.
I mean, we're going to see this ult coming in. Owner, they could just probably turn onto him as the fear does come down. Owner's like, I guess I'll just try to hit the Dragon. He is doing quite amount of damage. Might see a little flip here, although the stun goes in and Owner gets it. Somehow, DNF not able to secure it, but still able to pick up 2 kills. And this Scion is so giga-fed.
But
compared to where he should be in this game.
Game's not over. Pioshik's stolen resistances, right?
Yeah. All right, they're going to try to go in on the Berserker. The fear is going to land, but they're going extremely deep for this one. Can they take out Berserker? Yes, they can. Guma might have to trade his life for it as down he goes. It's a trade of 80 carries. With Baron on the Rift, DNF will set their sights there.
A lot of ults used as well. They're on either side. Baron is up, but Owner is still in the air. Look at the cooldown on the Paranoia, by the way. Oh my god.
I'm ready. There's a ton of damage already coming in. I mean, they might just be able to zoom this one down. It's just Hextech Soul going aboard. And Owner gets in, but he's late. And okay, that's a nice kill on a Berserker. Maybe an angle here for T1. Bulldog left isolated, has to flash away. He goes down to Faker. An angle here for T1 as it's going to come down to the Fed Scion and the Fed Trundle, but I don't think they have enough.
Not like this!
Not in the 2v5. Massive stun comes down from Dudu, who is unkillable, but Pilshik is very killable. And it looks like T1 may have just done it if they get the Supreme 5-for-0 ace, and that they will. They've got a wave in mid, and even Hextech Soul isn't enough to give DNF the win here in Game 2.
Not like this! Valdez, no!
My beliefs, they're crushed. This is the expected result, though. T1 will get the 2-0 tonight. It was a struggle. It took them 45 minutes to take down DNF here in game number 2. But they do get the 2-0 victory. Again, the expected result. But after watching this game, maybe you wouldn't have known about it. Guma and Cario were talking the whole time. I couldn't catch what they were talking about, but...
If Doran, your game 1, thumbs up, great win game. This game, if people say, oh man, Doran in game 2, you know, they're not knowers.
Yeah.
They don't know ball. Because that top lane Nidalee was not a factor in this game at all, Valdez.
Yeah. The Nidalee didn't quite do her job in this one. Dudu, fantastic game for him. You know, he handled the pressure, and then about 25 minutes in, Koshik came down, got him a kill. It is going to go over to Guma, his first POM. First player of the match going over to Gumayusi for his MF.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jason for the POM interview translation, joined by Gumayusi on the side of T1. Congratulations! T1 really needed a 2-0 win to keep the second place competition going. How do you feel right now?
앞에 하나 경기 보면서 저희의 2등이 가능한
Yeah,
경기 수를 좀 따져봤었는데
we were
오늘
actually
2대 0 승리가 꼭
calculating
필요한
the chances of
상황이라서
us
2대 0 승리를 하고
securing second
싶었는데
place, and
2대 0
we
승리하게
really
돼서
needed to
기쁘고요.
get a
POM도
2-0
이게
today. So I'm
몇 개월 만에
very
받는 건지
happy that we made it, and
받아가지고
also I
기분
think it
좋습니다.
feels like it's been about a couple months or like many months since I last won a POM, so it feels amazing. Game number 1, your misfortune was doing a fantastic job up against Senna, which was recently buffed. How do you play at the lane against it? So Senna is the rising pick for this match. So I don't also have too much data about the laning phase, but still you can have a lane priority, you can push lane, and then Senna has to be just like farming up the stacks and CS, so it was not too difficult. And then game 2, we almost fell to Korea's Shaco Hover. So the crowds, even the Korean commentators were going wild about it. Is that actually a potential pick for Korea? Had it not for Korea, you know, let's say it was someone else hovering Shaco, well, no one would have expected it to be a potential support pick, but because it's Korea, we all got excited. I mean, it's just not about Shaco, you know. He can just play whatever champion he would like to as support role, so please stay tuned. And then game 2, Korea went for the unsealed spellbook, and he was able to win a couple of smite fights as well. How did the T1 players react to it? Well, when the fights are happening around objectives, you know, we're very locked in and serious. And he said, I'm going to take smite and I'm going to go for a steal. We thought it was a very plausible play. So even if Bard loses his flash and dies after stealing an objective, I think it's pretty worth it. And on Lucian, you were very proactive and aggressive. Whenever you were able to do damage onto the opponent, you were dashing forward. Well, I mean, you all saw what happened in the end. You know, we were all doing damage. 5 players were doing damage onto one Scion, and he was unable to be taken down. So I realized their front line is very, very tanky. So whenever I saw the angle to reach onto the enemy's backline, I went for that play. Game 2 was very, very close. And let's talk about the final team fight that you just mentioned. So how are you able to find the best position and team fight angle over here? You can just see they were trying to start the dragon, so I wanted to take advantage of our vision control, so I wanted to show up somewhere they didn't have vision. And then we were able to start cleaning up the enemy Ezreal and Victor, and then later on we were able to close out the team fight by taking down their front line. It was a very hard game to win for sure, but all of the team and players managed to put on a very on-point execution over there, and we were able to miraculously win it. I didn't even know that we were having a long game, you know. You know what's been trending on the LCK interview these days? I've seen it a couple of times, but I didn't really study about it. It doesn't matter. It's okay. You'll do great. So let's see some of the heart ceremony, because you just won your first POM. The fans are super excited to see you doing all the cute little hand hearts. Should I just freestyle? And here's the freestyle heart ceremony from Guma. No problem for Gumayushi going full on freestyle over here with the hearts. Now, the next match is very, very crucial for T1. Hana Life Esports, you guys are both fighting for a spot on the LCK second place. T1's goal right now is advancing to the MSI, and in order to make it happen, you have to beat either Genji or Hana Life. So I would like to take Hana Life down next week in order to raise the probability of us qualifying for the MSI. This will be the end of the Gumayushi interview on the side of T1, and back to the space. Thank you.